Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Yeah, here we go again. Here we go. Welcome to Mother Africa Be Calling. I'm your brother, Bezalel Yehudi Israel, also known as Eric. Yeah, so come on in here, family. I just decided this evening to go live. I decided to go live and let me see what this look like. The lighting is hitting the lights from behind. Give me a second. Maybe it's better if I turn these off. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So anyway, I decided to go live. Pretty, upbeat about reaching over 1,000 subscribers. Has been a long time coming, and just being here in Mother Africa, back in Mother Africa after being over in the States for 11 months. I was here. I came to Zanzibar January 1st of 2024. I was here for 6 months living on the continent. I left June 13th or something like that of 2024. And I wanted to come back, right back. I wanted to get right back and come like maybe 3 months or something like that, right? And yeah, I wanted to do that, but it didn't work out. I had some issues going on. So unexpected things came up. I got sued. Hopefully, let me see. I want to make sure I can make sure the chat is open. This is my first live. Yeah, so I didn't expect it says, hold on, let me make sure that I want to make sure that I be able to get you all in here if you want to come into the chat. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't plan this out. I did not plan I didn't plan this out. So I'm just on here talking. I'm gonna see if I can wait for some more people maybe someone to come in. And I'm here to answer questions. If you have any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer them. But I'm gonna sit here for a minute. Hopefully I get you all to start coming in. Yeah, so if you come in, introduce yourself on the chat. Come on in. Hopefully you can hear me. Somebody got to come in and let me know that you can hear me. Shalom. Did you ever get your residency permit? Oh, there it is. I got one. Well, I'm still working. Shalom, shalom. And over here, I don't know where you are, but it's over here it is the night, so it's already Shabbat. So Shabbat shalom. And so yeah, no, I did not get that. Still working on it, but it looks like it may be finishing up and coming to a close. I had to redo it. Like I did it once and went through all the steps and nothing happened, unfortunately. And then I shot back to the U.S. And when I went back to the U.S., I ended up staying over there longer than what I intended to. So when I got there, I'm gonna be open with y'all. When I got there, I got sued by some debt collectors. And I'm one that, I never had any problem with paying bills or having bad credit or anything like that. But us being the children of Israel, I just got like, this is what happened. I had two credit cards, which I was paying. One of them, I was paying like $400 a month or something like that every month because the interest kept going up on it. And because, when the Fed started raising the rates, they raised the rates. And then it was like, I thought $1,000 on that credit card, 1,000. And then I looked and it didn't even move. It was just getting out of hand. It was like, oh my goodness, I just threw 1,000 on it. Boom, plus the $400 a month that I was paying. And I thought 1,000 to bring it down. But they had raised the interest rates, pounding more and more and more. It was going up so much. And then I said, you know what? Here it is. We're the children of Israel. These bankers and all these people are the wicked ones. And we paying them all this money and they killing us in interest and everything. I mean, I paid for what I purchased. I have no problem with it. But I was like, this is robbery right here. You raising the rates up. I'm throwing money on it. It ain't even changing. I mean, big money. So I just was like, you know what? Somebody told me, oh, you can go to these companies that can erase all that. And I said, you know what? For the first time in my life, you know what? We're the children of Israel. They owe us. Our ancestors was in slavery. They never paid us or whatever. We don't owe them. They owe us. And I just said, forget it. I ain't gonna pay it. And I got this company to wipe it off my credit. The original creditors, they did wipe it off. At least one of them. It was two of them. But the original creditors sold it to debt collectors. The debt collectors picked it up. They were calling me. I ignored them because I was like, I ain't paying you nothing. We the children of Israel. Y'all owe us. You never paid us for nothing. All the working our ancestors did to stole us from our country, changed our names, oppressed us. This our time now. I ain't paying it. Well, they took me to court. And then when they took me to court, I ended up, I got sued. And that's why I had to stay in the U.S. until I went to court. And I couldn't. And the thing about it is I tried to get around it because I was like, let me tell y'all something too. Let me tell you, all these people that be online are talking about don't pay the debt collectors and all this stuff. And you don't have to pay them just because you don't have any connection with them or no business with them. You didn't have a contract with them and all this and that. Oh, yeah. They tell you all that stuff. And people saying, oh, we can wipe it off your credit. Listen to me. From my experience, me being a man that want to walk up right before Yah, knowing that we supposed to pay who we owe. But again, do we really owe these people? Or do they owe us? Right? But they really owe us. But Yah, he fixes it in his time. I was moving ahead of Yah. That's what I found out. That's what we gotta watch out. Y'all gonna pay them back and we're gonna get ours, but don't jump ahead and start saying, you know what, I'm gonna take what we owe. So anyway, these people talking about they can wipe it off your credit, and then all these people coming on talking about don't pay debt collectors till you do this. Let me tell you, no, because I went through all that. I dug up the laws, and the laws are written in their favor because I never signed a contract with the original creditor for the credit cards. Also, never had any connection with the debt collector that brought the debt. I'll use all that, but they wrote the laws. All they need to do is have one bill from the original creditor showing that the purchases you made and payments. That's all they need. And I know for Maryland at least, and it's in the law. Once they got that, your name, and they got your address, and that you have made a payment, and you have made purchases, the court's gonna rule in their favor. So you're gonna have to pay it or bargain with them. So I went on and paid them. When I went to court, well, one of them I paid without going to court. I bargained with them and paid it off. They wiped it off my credit. They wiped both of them off. Then I went to court for the second one, the big one, and we negotiated for $7,000. I went on and paid it. I just paid him right there at the court. When I told him, I said, hey, look, I'll give you $7 today and take it. He had to call back to the debt collecting company, and they said, yeah, I wrote him a check that day. They cleared it right off my credit. Praise Yah. So I'm just saying, for people experience, that's an experience that I had, but that's why I had to stay in the States for another maybe like 8 months or something like that, just because I had to wait to go to court. So anyway, that's what happened with that. Let me see. Are you doing it based on retirement visa? Okay. So yeah, yep, yes. I am going through the retirement visa. Yep, retirement. That's what I am doing. Yep. And let me see. Origins of exotic is who I'm talking to. Yep. So yes, exotic. Yes. So yeah. But anyway, I'm back here now. Praise Abba Yah. And I'm definitely so happy to be here. And for all the people who desire to come and live and have that burning desire in them, and they feel that, it's a pulling. Listen, there's going to be some naysayers, and you probably heard them, and people who are going to be. It's crazy how people are arguing against the children of Israel, the ones whose ancestors were kidnapped, taken into slavery, spread abroad. People are arguing about us wanting to return to Africa. That is crazy. I mean, and I'm talking about our own people. This hating, just don't want us to return to Africa. I mean, it's like, it's amazing. Then I heard it's another group of people out there is claiming that we America is our land. This is a new thing I'm hearing. America is our land, and all this stuff about the slavery and slave ships, that's all a lie. There's no evidence of slave ships, and we from this land, from America, and stuff like that. That's some crazy stuff. Satan is busy, boy. I mean, that right there, I can't understand it. That is crazy. So yeah, exotic, origins of exotic. If you still here, have you visited? Have you ever been to Africa yet? Oh, okay. So are your other units almost finished? When are you going to do an update? So yeah, I did an update when I got back, and I came back in May 15th. I did an update, but you know what though? That update, it is nothing like what they recently did. I just recently went to my apartments. One of them is almost finished, so I might just go ahead and update again. But it's almost finished, and the other one, I would estimate one of them should be done at least. Okay, this is July. At least by the end of August I think that by the end of August, early September should be the latest. Because everything is almost finished. They got everything: the towels, the doors, the painting, the electrical work, the ceiling fans in. It could be done earlier than the end of August. Unless something happens, I can't see why not. But the other one, I would say probably maybe by November. And I think what it is they the other one, they taking a long time because I think they added something to the building that they didn't tell us about. They had these things called skylofts on the top of the building, skylofts, which was supposed to be for us to go up the top and see all over into the ocean, the whole view. But they didn't cover up some of the roof top on the apartments and put these two one bedroom apartments and call them skylofts. They threw that at the end of the design. CPS, that company is terrible. They operate, and they think because they're in Africa, they can just do whatever they want to do, and they wrong. Let me read what you got here. Let's see. So it says, so that's what's going on with my other units. And so you want to update. You know what? I'm probably do put some updates on there for you. Yes, visited about 5 times, loved it, looking to leave the States. Okay, so question, what part of the States do you are you from or you live in, and what part of Africa did you visit? I think we got 6 people in the chat. 6 people in the chat. Shalom, family. Shalom. This right here, this channel is your channel. If you are in the field of Africa and returning to Africa and um, living here or visiting, and you just got this urge and everything, this your channel right here. This is not my channel. Mother Africa is a channel for the people. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Because I clearly understand, because I've been like, when I would say in my early 20s, I was already wanting to go to Africa, and I was feeling like, when young, like, man, I'm not from here. I'm from Africa. It was in me, and I used to see, in the U.S. I'm in the U.S. and I see, and I'm in Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore, and they had Baltimore Inner Harbor, and so I would go to the Inner Harbor, which is the crown jewel of Baltimore. It's like the end place. Where the attractions where visitors come. There's an aquarium there, all kinds of stuff. So that was the place to go, and I would see foreigners every time. I would see like Africans there when I was young, man. Young. I think maybe even be like in 19 or something at some point, but I was maybe in my early 20s. But I would like wave to them and try to make small talk with them, because I could see that they were from Africa and I could hear their accent and I could look at them and tell. And I used to think, maybe they could be my relatives, And I really would like to know what Africa feels like. I just wanted to go so bad. I wanted to be connected. And so as I got older, it just got stronger and stronger, especially in more recent times. And the Most High, he gives you the desires of your hearts, So he understood, knew, praise Yah. He made a way for me to do this. Let me see what you got here, brother. Okay. I'm in Belly the Beast, New York. Yes, you are. My goodness. And it says visited Egypt, Kenya, and Tanzania. Wow, bro, that's awesome. I only been to Kenya, and I've been here to Tanzania. That's good though, brother. I don't know. I think origins of exotic. I'm saying brother. I don't know if you're brother or sister. I can't tell, but you can correct me on it if I'm wrong. I just came to conclusion, brother. But yeah, that's beautiful. You went to Egypt. Oh man. So also yeah, New York. New York is the belly of the beast, and it is true. It is really true. People don't understand that New York really, it's a part of New York. Back when New York was first founded, they named it Babylon. You can Google it and find out. You can Google it and find out. And really, New York is, because when we look into when you look into Revelations, and it talks about all the merchants of the sea, they were crying because they had no one to buy their goods and all this stuff like that and trade. That's New York. The stock market and all that, that's New York. New York has been the engine of trade in the US, and the powerful. And it says no one to buy all their merchandise and goods and Revelations and all that stuff. All that stuff going through New York for years. Okay, I know there's other ports in the US, but New York is the head. Like he said, he's in the belly. New York. Okay, so when I read that's the city about in Revelations, and saying that in one day that city gonna burn. I wouldn't be surprised if it's New York. See, because people think it's Washington D.C. Washington D.C. that's a lot there. That's where all the politicians run. But the head is the economic system, and New York is where a lot of that comes from, right? So yeah, New York. Uh-huh. Yeah. So we still got 7 in the chat. We got 7 in the chat. Yeah. And so yeah, anyway, if y'all, for the 7 that's here, appreciate you. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. And I love comments. If you want to come in and ask me any questions, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. They'll ask questions. I might start doing a little more of these live chats. But anyway, I planned to go to Zanzibar. I mean, not Zanzibar. My plan was to go to first. I was going to go to Ghana, like everybody else. Ghana. Ghana. That's where everybody go. And then one day I was sitting at my desk because I was working from home, and as a globe I had on my desk, and I just saw Tanzania. Never knew nothing about Tanzania. Just saw Tanzania. Oh, okay. How's the cost of living there in Zanzibar? Okay, the cost of living is really good. Okay, really, really, really good. But I heard that even in the mainland, it's even better, right? So, because Zanzibar, is the island off the mainland. But they say that actually that the mainland is better. But in Zanzibar, it is. I mean, it's really reasonable. Look, let me say this to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something. You could come here, and even if you're in the tourist area, it's much more reasonable for cost of living than it is in the US, right? But if you then come here to live and then you figure out how to live like the locals, oh my goodness, you are living. See, I got here, Black Man Meets World. I like that. What's up, brother? It's your biggest fan from the Pacific Northwest. Hey, brother, Black Man Meets Black Man, it changed on me. It says, yeah. Black Man Meets World. I appreciate you, brother. You my biggest fan. This is your channel right here. This is yours. Mother Africa is your channel. Yeah, brother. And I appreciate it. I do you see, I be responding to your comments all the time. When you leave the comments, I'm right on it. You know what I mean? I look for that because at the end of the day, man, I know how it feels. You know what I mean? And to have this desire and everything. So I want to be one. Like when I would leave comments when I wasn't here, and people would respond and stuff like that. And I want to be one that if I can make your day, you know what I mean? If I can just put up a video and make your day, that's what it's all about. And I really love y'all's people. We are the children of Israel, and my thing is that if I can help out people just with my experiences, and also just to make their day or make their week, you know what I mean? Because we all brothers and sisters. Our last name is Israel, if you know that. Anyway, so let me see. Same. I did not go to Ghana because of yellow fever vaccine requirements and visa process. Yep. And that right there, that's another thing. That vaccine, that yellow fever. I am not getting no vaccines. Okay, I'm not getting no vaccines. And so that's another thing with Ghana. Yep, I wasn't going because of that. And when I was saying that I had saw Tanzania on the scale, I mean on the globe sitting on my desk, I never knew nothing about Tanzania. And then I looked and I was just looking, I would just stare at Africa. I would do that, like I'd be working, typing and stuff. And I look at that globe and I just stare at Africa. And I saw Tanzania one day and just was like, you know what? I don't know, I want to go there. And I was, at the time, I was following Go Black to Africa, right? I was following him. And he was in Ghana, showing Ghana. The next thing I know, right as soon as I looked at that globe and saw Tanzania, he pops up in Tanzania. I was like, that's ironic. I just noticed Tanzania. He popped in Tanzania. Then he was showing Tanzania. And then you know what? It was around that time of COVID. And the Tanzania president was opposing vaccines and stuff. And that's what did it. And I was like, man, I just was crazy about Tanzania then, because I was against that getting the jab. I was like, I I wasn't trying to get jabbed up. You know what I mean? I believe that y'all. I believe in y'all. Oh, my sister, Diaspora Connect, Tanzania. Hey, Dada. Yeah, I follow her. Yeah, that's my sister. Yeah, I've been looking at it for a long time. Yeah, so we haven't met in person, but I just like, I vibe with her. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, yeah, sister, thank you for coming on. So yeah. So again, once I saw their president was like standing up against the whole world, I said, that's my man. And that's when I was like, I want to go to Tanzania. I just forget Ghana. Ghana was everything they wanted Ghana was doing. They even went even further than the US. He was told his people, their president said, if you want to leave Ghana, you got to get jabbed up. And when you return, like say, if you outside of Ghana somewhere, you visit another country, when you get back to the airport, when you return to Ghana to get back in, they got jabbed you. I'm like, what? That is crazy. That was frightening to hear. So I was like, ain't no way I'm going there. I'm not. So I ended up coming here to Tanzania. Right? And so first thing I did was I went to Fumba Town because Go Black, my brother Go Black, he had showed Fumba Town as a place that, that foreigners could buy. And he was like, look, man, these things are going and they're going fast. All these foreigners are buying them and not us. And I felt like, I felt kind of jealous of that. I was like, oh my goodness, all these foreigners that are not of us buying up this stuff. And, I wanted to hurry up and get over there. And so I made some moves to get over. My man, Black Man Meets World. Let me see. Video with the tour guide, brother, on the beach. Really inspired me to start planning my trip to the motherland. Okay, bro. Yeah. The tour guide, man, that I did that video outside the last one when I had the one who keeps house, my housekeeper, she did cooked on the last one, but the one before that, yeah, he was he was really good, bro. And the thing about it is, man, see, I'm so happy that inspired you because that's what it's all about. And it's about love because that brother, and he's not the only one. He just had love in his heart for us, you know what I mean? And so, in the scriptures, Psalms 83, it says about the nations, cut them off so they will no longer be a nation. We know that scripture. That all the nations and it names them and stuff. That we're not like as a people. And some of us, of course, do not realize that we're the children of Israel. We don't realize it. And a lot of us still, believe in Christianity, U.S., Democrat, Republicans, all that hogwash and all that stuff. A lot of us still, but that does not change them. You still a Hebrew Israelite. You just don't know it. But this brother, he went against that. Like and a lot of them here, because a lot of them probably are Hebrew Israelites. He was telling me, he was just showing love, and he came up to me and was just like, and then he said, the way we are as Americans, he said, Black Americans, he said, y'all love being African. Y'all come over here and y'all just get in with the culture, y'all get in with the people, y'all show love. He said, we love African Americans. He said, but the rest of them are not like that. And I was like, oh, wow, man. I said, you know what, bro? And he was talking to me about, we was going deep into it. And I said, you know what? Do you mind if I just interview you, man? Because I said, our people will want to hear that. Because, most of the time people are against us. And people are always trying to make it seem like Africans don't like African American, Americans don't like African American. No, that's not true from my experience. I mean, I'm sure you have some of that, but from my experience, and I bet you, and I've heard my sister here of Diaspora Connect, I think I've heard her say the same thing. Her connection with the African people, correct me if I'm wrong, has been a good experience. They have been better to me than any people in the U.S., including my own people at times, meaning that because I'm telling you, these people act. I mean, I'd be like, man, they really. And I know they love me, but I know people say, well, that's because they want money and all that stuff. But I'm gonna tell you like this: no, it ain't all because they want money. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Let me read what my sister says. She says, "Yep, Diaspora Connect," and that y'all need to check out if you didn't haven't went to her channel, go there. So wonderful experience with locals. See, it says better than any of my family members treats me. Same here, dear sister. Same here, same here. And so you got two of us that's telling you this is what is how it's going to be. You know, you're going to meet people. Now I know it's not good, and all you're going to find bad everywhere, but for the most part, these people got a different mindset. And I know some people can be like, no, that's because they figure you got money. That's why they being nice to you. But no, I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me give you some examples. Okay, so the Dada means sister, who was taking care of my house my apartment, this apartment that I'm in right now. She was taking care of this apartment when I was in the States because I had to let somebody in here and open it up and air it out, you know, keep the dust down. But the reason why is because it's at the beach. It's near the beach. And you know, because of the moisture off the beach, you don't want to leave it shut up like that all the time, you know. It can mold stuff. So you know you want to open it up and let it air out and stuff. So she would come in and open it up and stuff when I was in the US and all that. I had planned that out before I left. And I would just go ahead and pay her through the apps on the phone and stuff. She took care of everything. But when here's the blessing. She does stuff and then sometimes she'd be like, nope, don't pay me. Right? And she's like even when she said, well, you know what, you haven't had African goat. I have had goat, but because I make curry goat myself. I cook some curry goat. I got to get the ingredients over here to cook the curry goat. She made that goat and stuff for me, and she made some other stuff for me. Some one of their traditional meals. I forgot what the name of it, but I like try to pay us. Nope. She said no. Right? She just did it in love. You know what I mean? And so I got other ones that be like, we're friends. No, I'm not taking no money. They do stuff for me and be like, no, I'm not taking no money. We're friends. So and like my sister from Diaspora Connect said, my own family members have never done nothing like that. Never. Because I don't ask them for nothing. They usually get money from me or whatever. But ain't nobody giving me nothing. Right? These people over here giving me just, you know, not that I want to be on the take. I give them stuff too, you know. I help them out a lot. But it's times when they be just like, no, you ain't got to give me nothing. Or they'd be like, they'll price something, they'll do something for me and they'll do it for not as much, you know? So, you know, and I had people to try to get a lot from me too, you know, because they recognize that they see us as, you know, tourists and money. But I'm going to tell you, once you get over here, and my sister could tell you this, you just got to learn the language a little bit. Just learn how to speak to them somewhat in their language, because I be telling them, I say, look, they when they try to get over on me, like be trying to raise the price or whatever, and try to sell me stuff, I let them know in their language. You know, I'll just say, Nina Ishi Zanzibar. That means I live in Zanzibar. I'm not a tourist, right? And so then they a lot of times they'll straighten out, they'll smile and laugh. That's, you know what I mean? You know, so Nina Oka Marikani. Yeah, I'm from Americana. That's what I'm saying. But Nina Ishi Zanzibar. I live here. So I'm not a tourist. So Bay means price. Treat me like the locals, okay? Because I'm a local now. And I told one dude, I told him, because I told him I want to go fishing, and I'm gonna get to these comments. Let me see. Somebody, let's see. Michael Pan. Welcome to Mother Africa. Be calling. So, Michael, the African continent is more collective than America. More collective. Let me know. Hit me up again and let me know what you mean by more collective. Then I'll speak on it. So Ali Famau, we love you all, black brother and sister from America. Oh, love you too. Thank you. See that love? That's what it's all about. But man, that made me feel so good. You hear that? See what I'm saying? And this is Ali Famau. Yeah, Allie from out. So I don't know if I know Allie or not, but Allie is definitely from the continent. Because I know some Allies. That may be my one of my young men that was my driver before I had an Allie, and we got to be tight and so much love. I have the ability to work remotely with my local employer. I just need to know that the internet and the infrastructure there is sound. So far, I can see from this live that it's pretty good. Black man meets the world. Brother, let me tell you something. The internet here in Zanzibar is not so great, but I mean it's consistent, but it's not as great. But I got something for you though. So here it is. I just found out I didn't do it yet. A brother who owns up here, he owns a Caribbean spot right at the beach. His name is Doc. His and on one of my videos, I was dancing and stuff, and it was at his place. It's called Zanzibar. This brother got internet and got 5G and all that, and it works good. He gave me the information on that internet. And so yeah, you can come over here and you can get that. And it's not even it was reasonable. I haven't gotten it yet, but he put me down with it. And that's a game changer, because his speed, it's a lot more speed and it's better. Let me look at him what he said. Let me find it. And I'm gonna find it and tell you what it is. Hold on. Give me a second, fam. Give me a second. I'm gonna look out for my brother. Because he definitely got to work. So it's Express VPN. Express VPN and internet router is by Yas, YAS, and you can go down in town, like in Stone Town, that's downtown Zanzibar, and get this set up. Is YAS Yas. It's 5G home unlimited, and this stuff is you get it with the VPN, and that should take care of your business, brother. That should take care of your business because I plan on doing that myself. So Originals of Exotic says Zanzibar Baris are very welcoming. Love it there. Yes, indeed they are. From my experience, I love these people and they love me. Michael Pan, the American continent is more collective. Okay. It says the American continent is more collective than America in terms of being a community. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Let me give you an example. Origins of Exotic. Yes, internet seems good. Do they have Starlink? I don't know if they have Starlink. I'm not sure of that, but I can. Let's say maybe if I do another live, maybe I'll ask and see. But back to Michael Pan. So this is all about family and community. Okay. So this is amazing how it's so different with the respect to how they interact with each other in a social loving way that we are not used to, right? And I'm gonna give you an example. In their community, they are community people, and it's like one big family almost. So like in the evenings when the sun goes down, when I go out and I got a video, I might have to put it up. When I go out, I see all these men at some kind of store establishment, restaurant, whatever, or local restaurant, sitting out on benches. It could be like 30 of them, looking at a TV about this big, watching soccer. They call it football. Watching soccer all together, just sitting there peacefully, all looking at one TV because they're not like us, having TVs. Everybody have a TV in their home and all this stuff. No, they come to watch soccer, and I'm saying it's peaceful, right? Sitting on benches beside each other, and everybody sitting there. It could be 30 to 50 of them watching a TV only about that big. No 50-inch, none of that, just a small little TV, maybe a 35-inch or a 25-inch, I don't know. But I'm saying peaceful, no issues, getting together. All right. When I go into restaurants, right? I can't. I'm going to local restaurant. They like we would call them like a little hole in the wall. You know what I mean? It's like it's just like they didn't put up like a little tin shed or whatever at night too. You know, a lot of them come there. They eat. They come there to eat because it's the local prices. So I go to them to eat with them. So the first few times I went, I go with a friend of mine that's from here, Juma. He's like my best friend here. I love him. He's a brother. So anyway, he take me there. He goes and say, "I'll be right back. Go ahead and sit there." He tells me to sit at a table where all these men are already sitting and eating. I don't know nobody. So I'm like, this is crazy, man. I didn't feel comfortable. I was like, I'm just gonna go and sit at their table. They don't know me, and I'm just gonna sit here. He just left me to do it, and it was. But see, I was like, I felt so crazy. I sat down, and I felt like, they looked at me, and I felt like, man, I know they want me to get up and leave. Like, this dude, he don't know us. He just come and sit at our table. Man, come to find out, man, that's just how it is. You go into a restaurant, you don't get no table just for you and the people you know, or a table by yourself. No, when you come in there, you sit with strangers. And it's a normal thing, bro. It's a normal thing. Nobody is worrying about they don't know you. See, and that's what I call community. So, it's a lot of situations that's like that. So yeah, so Michael, yes, definitely, it's definitely what you're saying. Black man meets the world. Yes, internet seems good today. Okay, you already read that. Ali, Famu, we need to educate each other about ourselves. Most of us do not know much of our history other than what Mzungu has taught us, which is a bunch of lies. Come on, that's a home run right there, Ali. That's true. We need to educate each other on our experiences, with Mzungu. And Mzungu is white people, and Mzungu, they will call sometime every now and then they'll call us African American Zungu too because we speak English, right? But normally it's referred to as a white person. But yeah, I agree with you. We definitely need to educate each other, and that's what it's all about. And that's what these platforms are for, for us to connect because it'll be good. It's beautiful. America does a good job of isolating people from others. Michael Pan, you so right. They really do good at it. I mean, it is because CNN, MSNBC, CBS, all those TV stations and all that stuff, they control that stuff, and all the shows that come on, like the ones that they put black people on, like Jennifer, what's her name? The singer Jennifer, I can't think of her name. You got Tamron Hall. You got these, when you see black shows, these talk shows and stuff with these black talk show hosts, their agenda is set by the elite white establishment. And so we are never, ever, ever getting anything that is going to be positive towards us and our generations and our families, especially with respect to Africa, especially with respect to the motherland. And so we we shouldn't be watching those things. And that's why I love the idea now that we get the internet like this. I mean, get these social media platforms where you can get it from the people, so they can't completely brainwash us with just controlling everything that they put up there, on the set, on the TV set. And Michael Pan, go black to Africa, does not want his brothers and sisters to stay in America because it's evil and wicked. Yeah, so go black. Go black. Yeah, Go Black is my friend. And go black. he really is doing and has done is trying to educate us as a people. Basically, what I'm doing is that it's a better life out there, in Africa. There's more opportunities to grow, to do business, more opportunities to grow love and family, better opportunities to grow your family in a positive way, and especially if you're trying to keep the commandments and walk upright. It's easier for you to keep the commandments and walk upright in Africa because, and I'm gonna give you an example. So, and my grandchildren are faced with going to school and dealing with a curriculum that teaches that a man could be with a man, a woman could be with a woman in marriage, and that's all supposed to be normal. They're making that normal, and they teach them that, and they have Pride Month, and they have now books and stuff that they try to indoctrinate them in that, right? And it completely goes against the Most High Yah. And it's terrible because these children are going to grow up and they're going to really believe that this is okay, which will open the door for more and more of it. Now the land will be saturated with it. And yeah, that's why y'all going to end up destroyed. He's going to destroy it. But our children over here, they won't be faced with that because they don't play that crap over here. Okay. And so, you know, this stuff been around for the beginning of time, but when your government is putting it into law and the government is the head of it, that's when it's really, really bad because now the infrastructure of the country has now adopted that. So that means that it's in everything. So like back in the day, when I went to school, my mother didn't have to worry about me being indoctrinated with something like that. Most of you probably, but now because the government has took a hold of it and pushing it and everything. Now, the children and everybody, the next generations will be like, it's fine to be two men who are together and two women to be together and go adopt a child and all that. And I know some people gonna get mad when they hear me say these things and everything, but look, I'm just saying, hey, look, what's real is real. Abiyah, he hates that, and it goes against his it goes against his commandments. And as a matter of fact, you cannot reproduce. It's anti-life. And that's just one example. It's other stuff, right? But I'll give you another example, and I'll give you another example. So today when I got pulled over, I get pulled over by police all the time when I'm driving here in Zanzibar. I have absolutely no fear of getting, you know, shot. I have no fear of that because they pull me over and is no white officers nowhere. We know that. You don't have to worry about that. So the intimidation and the power grab and all that stuff, it's not there. Like when they come, like how when you get pulled over in the States, if you black, boy, you already like, oh boy, how is this gonna go? They pull you over, and here I am, a retired police officer, and I still had to go through it even after I retired, or even when I was still a policeman. When I was off, I was getting pulled over, and they was harassing me until they find out who I am. They come up to your car ready to start. Instead of de-escalating stuff, they come to your car trying to stir things up so they can do what they want to do. So you don't have to worry about that over here. I mean, it is nothing like that. Like they pull you over in the U.S. and as soon as they come up, license and registration. Just a attitude of just this nastiness, and you might be like, what you pull me over for? License registration. It's like, but wait a minute, I'm asking you what you pull. Can you tell me what you pulled me over for? I'm not going to tell you again. License registration. They don't have to answer no questions, but they want you to answer them. All that stupid stuff, trying to create chaos so then they can then use their power and their muscle to harm you or whatever. They get a high on that. You don't have to worry about none of that stuff over here. Never. I get pulled over a lot, and it's never none of that. They pull me over. They come over here. They do routine checks a lot because they checking to see if you got all your stuff. You got you got to have insurance. They making sure because people be driving without insurance. They checking to see you got to have your license, of course, and you have to have a lot, some kind of permits on your car, or whatever you got. Yeah. So anyway, you don't have to worry about that over here. So the hate and the problems. Let me read some more comments here. It says Black Man Meets World. What's up with Go Black? I follow him too, and I've noticed he hasn't put a video out in almost 3 months. I hope he's all right. And then, man, I can't wait. This is my man, Black Man Meets World, man. I know, bro. Man, I can't wait for the day I can permanently leave this alphabet poison country for good, bro. I know how you feel. Me too. So yeah, regarding Go Black, I can't really speak for him, but I would say this: he already disclosed that he was dealing with a medical issue, and he's doing well. I can report that the brother is doing well, and his medical thing. He's going through the process of healing and everything. Praise Yah. So I think that's what slowed him down some because you when you have a medical issue and then you got to get treatment and stuff like that, then you can't be all over the place, you know what I mean? Because you got to be in the area where you get your treatment. And so as he going through the treatments and all that stuff, he can't be all over, in different countries and stuff. But as soon as it's finished, he'll be back up and running. And he's doing real good. I talk to him a lot. He's doing real good, praise Yah. So I think he'll be back up running soon. Yep. So, and also, he said he can't wait to Bro, I'm telling you, bro, ain't nothing like permanently leaving. People don't understand that, like, look, the stuff that we go through on a daily basis, it's like we just, we do go through it unconsciously, but yet it's weighing us down, right? Over all the years. And then, some people they don't, it has not registered that they don't really have to deal with this. So they live it and they want to continue living it because they're used to it. But but you have a better quality of life outside of that type of atmosphere in America. You know what I mean? A better quality of life. And that's what we know. I understand that it's a better quality of life. You may not have all these roads paved and all that stuff, but you get a better quality of life because it's love in the atmosphere and not hate. Okay. And let me say this. Hold that thought. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Stay here. I need to put my computer on the charger because it's running. My battery's running down. Hold on. Stay there. Stay where you are. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry about that, family. This is my first live. Bear with me. I should have. Oh, this is gonna run out of charge. I know it's gonna be on this long. All right. So. Okay. All righty. So back. Now we got juice. All right. Let me see. Did I miss something? All righty. Oh, my sister says, okay, original Vazada said, agree, quality of life is the goal. My sister, Diaspora Connect, It is the best decision I have ever made. I have peace and freedom here. Yes, sister. I gotta laugh because I feel joy in my heart when you say that. I mean, I'm serious because I know how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'd be out. I mean, I have to really stop and think about it and be like, oh my goodness, I am at peace. Thank you, Father, Yah. This is so beautiful. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me read the comments and I'm gonna add something here. Original Zadi said, money is not everything peace is. That's true. Michael Pan, I tried to convince some Black Americans freemen that America is too wicked to eliminate racism while they are fighting for reparations. I get Black backlash for promoting the African continent advice. Yeah, so, here's some advice. Say what you're going to say, but do what you're going to do and keep it moving. Shake the dust. Because I've realized that it ain't for everybody. Some people, just like back when our ancestors, because that's our people, that's how you know we are, we do the same stuff. When Moses came and said, take us up out of Egypt, some of us was giving him problems and everything, and even down to, because when you read in some of the forgotten books or lost books of the when you read the lost books, some of, I forgot what, maybe is in the book of wisdom, one of them, I can't remember right now, but it goes into detail. And some of our ancestors was in Egypt. You know what they did? When Moses was saying, come on, let's go, when they had to leave, some of them were fighting and giving him a problem about leaving. And guess what? The Most High killed them. I forgot where I found that at, but the Most High they died in Egypt and they buried them without the Egyptians knowing about it. So that's us. You're going to have some of us are just going, we love the oppressor. We love Egypt. We love it. Okay. So just tell them, but do what you want to do and keep it going. Even my own family members. It's like, I've dealt with that. Now I have come to this. Matthew chapter 24 talks about, because when the Most High call you to do something, it's better to just do what he says, especially if you love him, that's what you want to do. But, because it says in there, it says, you think I have come to bring peace? This is the Messiah. No, but yet a sword dividing mother-in-law from daughter-in-law. And it goes on, it said, members of your own house will be your enemy. That's what it says. And it says, but when it's talk about members of your own house will be your enemies, you know what that's saying? Not just your physical house, that too, but also, what do we refer to as the house of Israel? It's saying that Israel, some of them will be your own enemy. The enemies will be, it says the enemy will be those of your own house. That means the house of Israel. That's why when it says pray for your enemies, it's not talking about the Gentile nations. It's not talking about them. It says pray for your enemies. It's talking about, because that scripture says your enemy will be those of your own house. It's talking about the house of Israel. No, don't be praying for your enemies going up there. Oh Lord, don't. He didn't mean if have mercy on all that stuff that Christianity taught us. Praying for the oppressor. He didn't enslave you, then he raping your wife and your daughter, and you pray, oh Lord, don't burn. No, your Lord. I don't use the Lord for the Most High, but burn them, because that pray for your enemies, that was for us. Let me see here. Okay, money's see. So yeah, don't worry about it. You just say what you're gonna say and do what you're gonna do. All of us are experiencing that, where they got problems with it. And we can't, like you said, we can't eliminate racism. We're never going to eliminate racism. Yeshua gonna do that. But what we can do is stop marching, begging to be equal with wickedness. Why I want to be wicked? Even with the devil. I want equality with the devil. Stop begging for equal rights. Stop all this voting. Stop trying to be accepted. No. Pray to the Most High and change your geographical location. Get away from your abuser. You in his house. So if I'm inside of the abuser's house, let's say a woman and a man, she's abused by him, right? There's no negotiation. after a while. How about if she just distanced herself where now I don't have to worry about that? That's what we're doing, because there is no doubt that the relationship between us and America has been very abusive to the utmost, nonstop. And there's nothing we can do because they have the government, they have the police forces, they have the military, they have the courts, they have everything. All of it is in their favor, right? So they're not going to be able to hold. They're not going to hold themselves guilty because it's like, like, okay, I'm running a tell on you, but you telling on them to their own family. You get what I'm saying? So that's why with Dr. King and all them was doing marching and all that stuff, some stuff was okay, but at the end of the day, the main goal was never going to be, because at a given time, you just got to change your location if you can. The Most High give you the ability to do it, and if you desire to do it and you walk in His commandments, come on now, He'll give it to you. So, for an example, when our ancestors were in the South after slavery, up to the 30s and 40s, and when slavery was over, and then they said they started sharecropping, they was destroying us, hanging us, lynching, all kinds of stuff. It's just, y'all know all about all this stuff. It has at some points, when slavery was ended, our ancestors' lives were more danger because they were pissed. Because they were like, these niggas getting uppity, or what I mean, who do they think they are? That we don't look them in their eyes and all this stuff. And when you come up across a white man, you got to look at the ground, and and if they think you looked at a white woman, they hanging you, all that stuff. Look, here's the thing: our ancestors were getting it bad, getting lynched. So they had a great migration up northern, even though it was bad up north because they was bad too, but it was worse in the South. So they had the great migration. They changed their location. Not all of them, but many of them went up in droves, all up in New York and all that stuff. That's where you get the Harlem Renaissance and all the people's from South. Change your geographical location. Get out of harm's way. That's the key right there. So when we coming over here, we just getting out of harm's way, and our children and grandchildren, we bringing them along, getting them out of harm's way. Okay. Some people going to stay, whatever, but for the most part, those who can leave will have the opportunity and desire to do so do it. You're going to help your grandchildren out. So let me see what I got here. So black man, yeah, man, it's depressing everywhere I go. I'm reminded that this ain't no longer my land. These ain't my people. Okay. Then he got very depressing. Yes, bro, I agree. Origins of Exotic. We need more of these live streams, brother. You got that, brother. I'm gonna come on some more. I'll talk to some Black Man Meets World. I'll talk to some of these brothers around here, and as soon as I mention visiting Africa, they like, nah, it saddens me how brainwashed these brothers are around here, shaking my head. Yeah, you know what it is, bro. We are comfortable. Y'all, this is the mercy of y'all. Y'all, we in captivity, right? Because we still in captivity. We just don't have the physical chains unless we in prison. But we still economically we're basically in captivity economically because we stuck because we have to we're not able to take care of ourselves without some kind of connection with the system of the U.S. or all the places that we were scattered. That's part of the beast system. So we still in many ways not free. So anyway, Yah has made us comfortable though, even in our captivity, in his mercy, right? He still gives us relief. That's his love. But what we're doing is we're looking at it as it was given to us by the oppressor. But no, Yah forced the oppressor's hand. He creates the conditions to make them have to allow us to get jobs, allow us to get some business, allow us to make money. Otherwise, they don't care nothing about us. They would kill us and let us die and all that stuff. They would, they would completely wipe us out. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm talking about the system, a majority, but all of them are not like that. I'm simply saying, but for the system, right? They will wipe us out. But the Most High has held that back, and then in the process, He has forced the conditions to make them surrender some things to us. But it's not for us to then be happy and try to be like them and take these things and think that we got them from them, like these jobs and stuff like that and all that stuff. No, all good things come from the Most High. That's the Most High saying, even though you're in the belly of the beast, even though you are still in a captivity until Yeshua come, I'm still going. I still love you. I'm spanking you. I'm spanking you. You're in a punishment. But guess what, though? I love you, and it wasn't. This is not for you to be wiped out. This is for learning, right? This is because I'm your father, and I'm not going to tolerate you not keeping my commandments and you living like the heathen, right? You supposed to be teaching them, and you following them. Pat, 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 pat. But He still wipe your eyes and He give you some food, okay? So, but we get so comfortable with the blessings that y'all give us in our captivity. Now we like, I ain't going nowhere. This place is everything. It's the best, and it's this, and we like climbing up the ladder, backstabbing to get higher up in the system, and all kinds of stuff. That's us. And unfortunately, that's what you're dealing with. We just that's us. And the thing about it is, we've been like that. We the children of Israel. We do stuff like that. You read the word, and you can look back and see some of that stuff was going on back in the scrolls. Let me see what we got here. And they my age, black man. He said I ain't going to have to brainwash. They brainwash, and some of them in their 50s. Bro, true. They main ones. The older they get, the more defiant they are about new things. The more defiant they get, the more they want things to stay the same, and they find what they got. You know what I mean? I'm looking to purchase and not rent. That's wise. Yeah, I would say that too, because now is the time, and my sister of Diaspora Connect can tell you that now is the time. I mean, to get land and get property and everything in Africa. Now is the time. Now listen, be wise about it. I mean, because I know you all been following and watching people. Be wise about it, but there's a way to do it. And work in the timing and then the parameters of the Most High, and you should be good. So be wise as a serpent, but be as harmless as a dove. You know what I mean? Do things the right way, take your time. But when you it's better to have land and have something, a dwelling place in the motherland. And I'm gonna give you one main reason. First and foremost, it is yours. Meaning, like in the US, it's not yours. Okay. They be having ground rent, all these taxes, real estate taxes annually. They can take it back and they can take it or whatever. So that means it's never yours. Okay. You got mortgages and stuff that goes on and on and on for 30 years. And then if you miss 3 payments, they take it after you didn't pay for 29 years and 9 months. You missed the last 3 months because they fired you because you didn't get the jab. Boom, house gone. 29 years. 29 years, 9 months. You didn't get the jab, so you ain't getting no more money. They take your house. You see what I'm saying? But over here in the motherland, you ain't got to worry about that, because when you buy, it's yours, right? And you pay the taxes up front. Like at the purchase, sales tax, you pay that. And then, a lot of them be 99-year lease. 99 years, so pretty much is yours. 99 years. And this is what the 99 years is about. People be getting upset about 99 years or 100 years, 99 years. Listen, no, it means that you'll own it all the way up to 99 years. But then in the 99 years, it's time to pay another tax fee. So whoever living at that time, your children or whatever, they're going to own it away. Everybody else will be dead anyway. So then they come to, if they still got the records or whatever, they probably not. Whatever, then it's like, okay, whatever, you pay a tax and you have another 99 years, whatever. But by that time, you sure be back, I believe. But if not, come on now. it's just you ain't pay no tax for 99 years. Your family should be passed down generational wealth over a period of time. You should be building up. You ain't paying no mortgages, nothing all them years. You turn it over to each family. It should be building and building and building. By the time it's time to renegotiate with the government to get another 99 years, you pay whatever tax that is. It ain't nothing. Here, take it. It's gone. So anyway, let me see here. So exotic origin, exotic, right? Change of location, but not by force, by choice. Exactly. Rick W. Oh man, I'm late. Glad to see you, brother. 100. Yeah, Rick, but that's all right, brother. Glad you're here, brother. You ain't late. You ain't late. You can always go back and look at this too. Any questions you got? Come on with it. So that's the Diaspora Connect Tanzania, my lady here, my sister, my dada. That's right. They are rolling it all back now. That's true. Talking about in America, they take it. It was never. It was not forever. Time is up. Yeah. That's true. And first chance, Rick W. First chance I get, I'm going to be to the motherland, brother. Mother Africa is calling you. She's calling you. She awaits you. Listen to me, y'all. Let me say this before I read the other two comments. When I first came back, I took my shoes off and walked around the land so Mother Africa, we can get back together. You know what I'm saying? And I prayed as I walked around 7 times. I put my foot back on earth because our ancestors, right? And listen, every time your skin touch something or touch anything, it leaves something, right? So when you get back here, brothers and sisters, if you haven't came, take your shoes off and touch and talk to the earth through your feet. You know what I mean? Back on the earth. You know what I mean? Because this land right here, she's a mother. She lives, right? Earth is living, and Africa is the mother, right? And we were stolen from her, right? And so I believe truly the land is living and she miss us. Okay. We were still, listen, we are the chosen of Yah, the Most High. We are his chosen. You think Mother Earth don't love us? She knows. So when they stole us, that's why I be saying Mother Africa be calling. She's calling us back home. Right? So believe me, when you get here, brother, you're going to have a feeling come over you like I did. I knew soon as I came out of that airport and that air hit me and I just felt it come over me. I was like, oh, I'm home. It came out. It just came out. It wasn't no thought. It just was like, I'm home. That was it. That almost making me want to cry now. And so, our people, the ones who don't want to do this or whatever, I don't understand them and I ain't got time to understand them. And let me tell you this, our ancestors, when they was on them ships crying and laying in their feces and their vomit and being raped and abused and all this stuff, and imagine the ones that got to America in the wintertime when it's only 20 degrees and they butt naked with chains on them and they cried and wanted to go back home and never made it back. And I'm sure they prayed. They knew who they were, okay? And they cried and prayed and prayed and prayed, and y'all did answer their prayers through us because the blood is the life of a thing. So their blood is in us because you can trace us to them through the blood, right? So when we reproduce, all we're doing is keeping ourselves alive. Their blood is in us. So they making it back. That's why it's important for you to get back. When you get back here and you put your feet on the ground, you answer their cries, you answer their prayers. They made it back, right? Against Shaitan and against all the naysayers who don't want us to do this. It is very important that we do it. Let me see what else. So Rick says, shaking my head, Babylonian system ain't nothing nice. Nope, it's not, brother. Mal Coleman, shalom. Good to see a mature brother teach that has knowledge of the word. Hallelujah, brother. For sure, for sure. Praise y'all, man. Praise y'all, because that's what it's about. So Mal Coleman, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate your words. You know, give the Most High all the credit because He woke us up. He woke me up, and he's the giver of knowledge. I don't know nothing, that he doesn't haven't given me. So let's see. Rick W. Facts sounds like a better deal than being in America. For sure. Yes, that home run right there. Original is God. The whole system is a scam. That's true. For sure. Black Man Meets World. Have you heard anything about this? About let me know what you're saying. Have I heard anything about this? Okay, Rick. Letting my feet touch the African soil is a must for me. Gotta feel that connection. Heck yeah, do it. And guess what? When you put your feet on the ground, I truly believe that that's what will bless you to be able to, build here and stay, right? Because when our ancestors put their feet in the U.S. and all the places that they scattered, that was it. They was there, right? So Black Man Meets World. I need to feel that I really do. Yeah, definitely. I understand. It's healing. Roderick, can't wait to say that prayer. Thanking y'all, we made it back. Hallelujah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is deeper than what people know. It's deep. It's deeper than what people know. And, they might not understand it, but it's like, thank y'all, we made it back. We made it back. I'm telling you, our ancestors are living in us because of the blood, right? And I know it. Let me read this one real here. Black Memories. Have you heard anything about this? Yeah, I was trying to find out what you're saying about this. What is this? So I'll give you an example how this might not be a good example, but listen, this is how you know the blood lives, right? Relative. I had a relative. When he was a young man, he started stealing cars at like 11 or 12 years old. He just had my grandmother, my uncle, my grandmother, her son was like to steal cars. And the word was like, yeah, he had gas on his chest. That used to be the phrase they used. So anyway, he just stole cars. I mean, he would even steal them and bring them and wash them in front of my grandmother's house and everything. That was his thing. He used to go to jail and everything. He went to Boys Village and training school and all that stuff. The cars was his thing when he was young. He just stole them. He even would go to the car dealers and steal them off the lot. So anyway, his son years ago. And my little cousin, he's not here today. What a intelligent young man, beautiful young man. Had a charisma about him. He was my uncle's son, very intelligent. And it's ironic, he was so smart in school. They came with this program and they sent him to Africa for a study for a while. He was maybe like 12 years old. Boy, he was really smart. So anyway, then one time, I guess when he got to be like 17 or whatever, somebody said, I asked where he was. Somebody said he was locked up. I said, for what? They said he got caught in a stolen car. I was like, what? Him? He's so intelligent. He never got in any trouble. He wasn't known to do that. He just came to a certain age. His father was never around him because my uncle stayed out in the streets and stuff. So his mother was a good mother, beautiful heart of a woman, raised him up the best she could. And she did, but all of a sudden, it just kicked in. Out of nowhere, he stole cars. Out of nowhere. And even I heard when he was locked up, the people were saying that they came in contact with him. The authorities were saying that he don't even belong there. Like he was intelligent. They said they knew he was intelligent. Something was up. But I don't know. Out of nowhere, it was in the DNA. That's what I'm saying. The blood is living. Our ancestors living. And sometimes we repeat the things they do, whether good or bad, telling that they still in us. So that's why I say when you coming back to Africa, you answering their prayers and their cries. You see what I'm saying? You're doing a good thing. And you're doing it because y'all saying, hey, I answered your prayers. And that blood that's in your great grandson, did you survive for him? And he's going to take you back there to the motherland. Or she's going to take you back there to the motherland. Yeah, let me see something. Okay, so my sister asked for that. We made it back. Yes, sister. Hallelujah. We made it back. Yes, yes, yes. Original anxiety. Yes, we made it back. That's all it is. We made it back. Yes. We can laugh. We made it back because against all odds. And here's the thing right here that people don't realize. They don't want us coming back. Look, Shaitan does not want this. Know why? Because check this out. All the lynchings, all the hate, all that stuff, they had the power to take every one of us after slavery was over, after chattel slavery had come to an end. I mean, chattel slavery, meaning them actually physically holding us as if we were less than cattle. Okay. Once that had came to an end, they could have rounded all of us up and said, we have no use for y'all. Y'all going right back to Africa. And Africa is going to take y'all. They could have did that because Africa would have had no choice because the power of the U.S. and its allies would have been like, yeah, you're going to take them. We don't care what y'all do with them. Once we ship them, we're going to put them on ships and we're bringing them right back where they came from. And we're going to bring them back to all those countries around the west coast of Africa and some around the east where they came because, you know, we originally came from the east and we migrated west. And that's where a lot of us got picked up by the ships. But even though, you know, but the original places over in East Africa. That's why I want to come to East Africa anyway, because I know that our ancestors, Abraham and all them, this is exactly where they were over in this region of the earth. So anyway, if they really did listen, if Satan, if going back to Africa was a bad thing, they'd have put us in ships and took us there. Satan would have made sure of that. But that goes to show you they don't want us to go back. Neither does Satan. And I always thought it like this. You know that Africa must be good for us. Nothing is perfect. Because let me tell you why you know you gotta put the things together now. Listen, the Most High, especially the tribe of Yehuda, who we are, because Yehuda got scattered to the four quarters. The other tribes are scattered throughout Africa and stuff too, because they were running and got enslaved too, but they get colonized. We all over the place. We in all over the nations, but Judah is all everywhere. Judah, aka Judah, is the true name is Yahudah, but I'm gonna just use Judah for people who are unfamiliar. But Yehuda is scattered in all the different in the nations, right outside of the motherland. Well, if the continent had to be good for us because Yah punished us by taking us off the continent. That was a punishment to take you off that good land that mends with you. That land is married to you, that helps you. When I'm punishing you, she's gonna feed you and comfort you at times when you need this spanking. I'm gonna move you off this land. Because the Most High has the power to enslave us in the land. He could do whatever he wants to. He could have enslaved us in this land. He said, no, that's a good land. Whether it be in West Africa, because the continent, you know, it's got everything in it. So no, I'm going to move you from your comfort zone. I'm going to move you outside of this as a part of the punishment. So if you know that leaving was a punishment, then what? Common sense to tell you that making it back is good, right? It's taking away a part of the punishment. It's big time. It's absolutely big time. And people don't get it, even in my own family, right? They don't realize how blessed they are. I'm like, here it is. I done came back and I done sat down. I mean, I done made it easy for y'all. I done came over here and got, you know, places for you to live and everything with my money that I worked hard for. Y'all got access to it, and they don't even do them at all. Well, I got two of my daughters are coming around. The other one, she's not against it. She just like, I'll come to visit. You know, I mean, she's not really, but they coming around. Two of them coming around. I mean, you know, two of them are down with it. the other one is she's like, okay, I'll visit. Two of them saying, Dad, I won't come and live there. But the rest of the family, they not they ain't really feeling this, and that's okay though. We're comfortable until things get worse and worse. Then they're gonna come. They're gonna come. Oh, I'm coming, and I'm gonna be like, ain't no more room for you. When you get here, you better find a place to stay. You had your opportunities to build when I was building. You had your opportunity to at least come and check it out. You had your opportunity to do something other than going out and doing a cookout and buying a bunch of crabs that we're not supposed to eat, and sitting down and eating crabs and lobster and shrimp and laughing and drinking and doing all the stuff that you want to do, eating pork ribs and celebrating all these days, Christmas and all this stuff, and enjoying all that stuff. Won't give up Thanksgiving. Keep on doing it. All that stuff that you're not supposed to do. I done told y'all that the time is up for that stuff. Y'all let us get. He knew we was in captivity, and we learned it from them. He gave us a time now. Now he waking us up. Now, if you woke you got people waking up, showing you is in the word that you sit up in church and do it was there, and now he's showing it to you. And now you still want to keep on doing it and everything. Now it's judgment, okay? Because the mercy of Yah is like, Yah is a father. He's mercy. He's like, okay, they don't know right now because, they got washed out over the generations. And, this is a part of the captivity. But now I'm blowing on you. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake him up, wake her up, wake her up. We waking them up. And they saying, get off me. I don't want to be woke. I like what I'm doing. All right. So when, like now, times are getting rough, the government, something that's has not been happening. And I'm gonna get to the comments in a minute. Keep leaving them. I'm gonna read them. The government is now firing, taking whole segments of agencies and saying, shoot, the government. Unheard of. And a lot of us, Hebrew Israelites, aka African Americans, get government jobs. We rely on the government. Social Security, that's one of the main ones. We sit up there, we got jobs, Social Security. We get all these jobs, and it's like, okay, so we secure, we comfortable. And so we don't plan on ever making no change. This is it. This is my life. You think that stuff that Trump doing, you think the Most High, he gave you the job. He gave all the things. It ain't come from them. He forced their hand to do it. And now the Most High letting them take it away, remove the comfort zone because he trying to wake us up. He's saying, wake up, stop. No, you can't. It's time for you to get out of the mindset of trying to assimilate into Babylon. It's time to stop that, okay? All right, I gave you a time frame for that. Now it's time to wake up. Now, even if you're not planning on leaving or you're not leaving, you still shouldn't be in the mind of trying to assimilate in Babylon. You're supposed to be trying to separate mentally even first. Let me read some of the comments. Yes, Rick says yes. Historical facts, 100. Yes, sir. Pagan holiday, laugh out loud. My sister, Diaspora Connect. Yeah, Sister Wanda. I'm so looking forward to our restoration, Broderick. Yes, sir. My sister, Diaspora Connect. They won't crowd to the Most High unless they lose their comforts. That's it right there, sister. What she just said. They so comfortable that they're not listening to the Most High, because when we speak to them, we really speaking, him speaking through us. He's telling them, okay, it's time's up. Here it is right now. We are woke to the point where as though, okay, we leaving the church. I was deep in the church, okay? And then when he woke me up, I couldn't do it no more. I was like, I found myself inside the church, y'all. I was everywhere I go. I was deacons and all this stuff, and Sunday school teachers and children's church teaching, all that. Faithful in church. So anyway, I had got to a point when he woke me up. I was sitting in the church and they were singing songs of Jesus, and I couldn't do it no more. And I was looking around at the people, and I was feeling sorry for them. I was feeling sorry for them. I said, oh man, they don't know. And I was them at one time, but I woke up and I was looking at them like, oh my goodness, they don't know. And then I went, and then I couldn't go no more. And my wife was like, you're not going? I said, no. I was leading them into the church, my family, right? I was the adamant one about going. If they ain't go, I was getting on them. Come on, you need to go to church. And they were going in there, and then look, all of a sudden when I say, no, this ain't the truth, we got to get out of here. We got to, our minds, we got to change. We got to keep these commandments. We got to keep these feast days. And I start knowing all this stuff, and I was saying it. Then they wanted to go to church. I'm like, now you want to go to church more than you ever before. I'm like, come on, we're going to church. Now you want to go to church. So that's how people are. You know what I mean? Because they had it now. Now it's like, oh, now I want to lock into the church. I was the one that was more faithful, and the one that was pulling the family. They would go, but I'm saying, and was faithful with it. But it was like I was the leader. Like, come on, let's go. Make sure you go, man. Come on, man. It's time for us to go, man. Y'all gonna make us late. Every time, we gotta be in there on Sunday. Every Sunday we gotta be late. Come on, man. I'm sitting in the car. Oh, I'll be in the car. When y'all get ready, I'll be in the car. I was like that. Then they get in the car, the attitudes and all that, because I'm like in the car. So now they mad because they saying I'm being nasty because I went and sit in the car. But I'm like, no, we need to be to church on time. That was me. Once I woke up and was like, I ain't going in that place. That place is wicked. I knew that when I did that, the Most High woke me up, and I set them straight. Then all of a sudden, then the faithfulness started with them in the church, leaving on time and all that stuff. That's how people, bro. That's how people, boy. It's like, oh, okay. And then, they ain't want to give up the Thanksgiving and all that. And they keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I want to get rid of all the leaven in the house. And it was big fights and all that stuff, man. It was bad. It's like, oh, man. I was just, our people, they don't want to stop. Let's see. What we got here? Roderick, come out of her, my people, not just physical, but in all ways. Yes. Black man meets world. I know what. I know what. How you feel, brother. Having been born and raised Muslim. I can't help but snicker whenever I pass these churches around here. Yep. Roderick W. All praise to the Most High for waking me up. Yes, brother. All praises. All praises. Hallelujah. Because you're free. Because when you wake up, when he wake you up, then you realize you're free. You know what I mean? It frees you because freedom starts with the mind. It's like, oh, man, that was still in slavery, because Christianity in America is the head of Christianity, and America is the head of the Babylonian system. She is the mother. And Christianity, in our time, Christianity was basically the spiritual part of slavery. They gave us Christianity in slavery. We know that, right? They gave us Christianity in slavery. So that's the last part of being free from our slavery, right? Getting rid of a religion that they gave us when we was not to be in a religion. We was just supposed to have a way of life. Y'all gave us a way of life. He's saying, live like this. Live by these laws and statutes, and it will go well with you. He never said, be a Christian, be this or be that, be Muslim, be Judaism, none of that. He was like, these laws right here. These laws, you follow them, this is the way you live. And so Christianity, it keeps us bonded, keep us in bonds. Like, think about it. Christianity is clearly hooked up with the Democratic Party and for the black people, and the Republican Party for the red states. This is crazy. The Republicans that are ones that are the white people that are stone cold hardcore racists. They are Christians. they call it with the Christian right. They are stone cold Christians. They are deep Christians. And then the black people who are the Democrats, deep Christians, right? So it all go together, like the politics and Christianity and the church and the politics, all that stuff. It's all one big glob of mess. It is. See, right? Origins of exotic. We all need an African plan. USA is in turmoil. Even our financial ties here will be tested. Oh yeah, for sure. Christianity. Roderick says Christianity is a weapon of the white supremacy. Oh, for sure, brother, for sure. Origins, black man meets the world. Origins of exotic. That's a fact. 100. You know, it's true. So Christianity. Wait a minute. Let me see. I lost. Christianity is a weapon of the white supremacy. That's it. True. It is. It is. Let me say this, and it's easy too, because I be trying to get this through people's head. I haven't done it lately. I be saying, look, check this out. They don't want you to live in their communities at their status. They didn't want us to go to in their schools, their colleges, their institutions of higher education. They had to go to the Supreme Court to even allow a few of us in. So you got to have like a certain amount that, they had, where if they got 500 or 1,000 white students, you got to have at least 3 or 4 black, right? They didn't want us nowhere around us. They don't want us to make the money there. They don't want us to have nothing. They don't want us to have the freedom. They want us to be slaves. But yet, the one thing that they don't say is, don't you worship my Jesus. No, they push Christianity on us. You know what I mean? They share Christianity with us. The dungeons all around Ghana, we know that above them are the churches, and they indoctrinated our people there before they went on the ship. They was giving us Christianity. Anything that they gonna get, here it is. They raping you, they kidnapping you, they murdering you, they starving you, they branding you like you're an animal, taking a hot branded iron. I wouldn't even want to do that to a cow. Putting that painful thing on your skin, all that stuff they doing to you. But yet they say, here, this right here, receive Jesus. Now, why would you think that you doing everything else hateful to me, but then you gonna give me something, and you think, and it's supposed to be good? I know that's the worst thing. Then, whenever you giving me something and you hating me and you treat me like this, then whatever you give me is worse than what you showing me. Because you ain't gonna never give me nothing that's good for me. So that's right there should make our people come at this point in time like, yeah, that's true. Think about it. They ain't never give us reparations or nothing to help us to recover from that sick institution of chattel slavery and all that stuff. As a matter of fact, they gave us more ass whipping. They kept on oppressing us and burning up our towns and tearing up things and chasing us down and all that. After it, they never gave us nothing. Just more pain, more misery, right? So then, well, how you end up giving me Christianity then? That means Christianity was the worst thing because you gave us that. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's just easy. Black man, have you looked into eventually obtaining citizenship of any country on the motherland? I have not done that yet, brother. Since I've been here, the only place I've resided on the continent is here in Tanzania, and it's specifically Zanzibar. And it takes time. Like here in Zanzibar, in Tanzania, and that's Zanzibar, it's Tanzania, because Zanzibar is Tanzania. You cannot have dual citizenship. And they're not gonna let you. You gotta like You have to get residency first for a while, and it's a certain amount of years you have to, you know, get that. I think a sister told me like 6 years, something like that. Then you can apply. You have to be a resident for at least 6 years. I think she just recently told me that. Then you can apply for citizenship, and that's what I hear about Tanzania. And if you do apply for citizenship, it's no guarantee. You know what I mean? And it's even not even any guarantee that you get residency. It ain't always easy, bro. That's a part of, to me, a part of the curses too. That, you know, everything is because, you know, what Most High says, you know, that there will be, what is it? The instead of you know, fruits and stuff coming up from the ground, it'll be thorns. That's a part of that because about a part of the curses from our bad behavior, our ancestors and our bad behavior. Everything we do, it seems like it just still got to be hard. So even though we coming back to the motherland, it's still gonna be some things that we got to toggle with to get where we want to go, right? And the Most High, you know, he's like that's a part of you're gonna struggle. The struggle is not over, but but still, it's still great. It's a beautiful thing. So, but citizenship plus another thing right now regarding citizenship, for me, I don't think it would be because you have to. I would have to denounce the U.S. citizenship, and right now it would not be wise for me to denounce the U.S. citizenship. Too, the economy collapse and crash, and then I'm not getting no money from there. Then they'd be like, all right, yeah, I denounce it. But as long as I'm still getting some money from there from retirement, or you even if you got Social Security coming and all that stuff, you know, you don't want to do that because if you need to get some stuff done, like if there's some issues, you need to be able to get there and take care of it, then leave and come back to Africa. That's where it comes with. Don't go too fast. Take your time. It's better to be wise as a serpent and be harmless as a dove. We know we want to live here in the motherland. We know that we're sick of Babylon, but Babylon still, we still got things there that benefit us that didn't come from them. It's coming from the Most High. But the Most High say right now, that blessing is still right there. Still take that blessing from right there until I uproot it. Once I completely uproot it, then you know you do it. But you know, like okay, if you know you're getting a pension or whatever, you know, don't cut your nose off to spite your face. Don't, you know, we just be like, you know what, I'm gonna get this pension from there, even though I don't even want to be there. It's still a pension, and it's coming from the Most High. I'm gonna draw my pension. And then if the pension system collapse, then it's like, oh yeah, here, take your citizenship. I ain't no reason to come back. So let me see what we got here. Only asked because the Republic of Benin is granting African diaspora citizens by recognition. I wonder if you've heard anything about this. I've been hearing stuff like this. That makes sense. Move wisely, Roderick said. Yes, for sure. Black man meets the world. That makes sense. He said that to you, right? Absolutely, brother. That's what my sister from Dice Connect. Me and you, dear sister, a day gonna come with me and you gotta get together. I want to see you. Yeah, I want to meet you. I want to meet you in person. You know what I mean? If you come here to Zanzibar, I'm your man. I drive everything you need to get around, whatever, something like that. Just let me know. I'm going to make sure that I'll hook you up. Bro Robert. Hey bro. Hi bro. Yeah. So this is my sister, Diaspora Connect. Prefer to be a residency permit than citizenship. What she's saying is because she knows she's been living here for about 4 years now, I think 4 or 5 years, 4 years. My sister, and she's saying it's better to get the residency than citizenship. And it's benefits to it because once you get citizenship, now you got to pay taxes to them. You get what I'm saying? Because you're a citizen, and they're going to be like, well, your income, you may have to be taxed or something because you're a citizen. You get all the benefits of a citizen. But when you're a resident, you don't have all of the benefits, but you still get a lot of benefits. See what I'm saying? So, you might you're buying land and all that stuff. You can still do it, but it won't be easy as if you were a citizen. If you got residency, it's ways to get land and do stuff. but and buy, property and everything. There's ways to do it, but it's not as simple as I'm saying. Speaking for here in Tanzania, it's not as simple as if I am a citizen. Somebody wants some land, boom, there's no problem. But so that's the benefit that you have as a citizen. You could just, you can buy land without having to jump through all these hoops. And like the stuff that I got is in zones that were designated for international buyers. So I'm in Fumba Town, then I'm in another place. The place I'm in now is on the other side of the island, on another side, and it's Paje. So, I have this place here I own, and then the other two down in Fumba. And but these are both zones that were they were designated with the government. The government with some foreign investors to build these little towns and cities in Zanzibar, and international buyers can come in and buy. Right. So with me, I got my daughters and everything. So my whole family might end up being here, living in these places. That's what it's probably going to end up happening. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I want my grandchildren to grow up here. I don't want them. I want my grandchildren to say, especially the little ones, to say, you know what? They say we used to live in America. I can remember a little bit when I was, but I don't really remember. I want them to grow up like that, saying, yeah, I want them to be speaking fluent Swahili and all that, and be like, well, yeah, I left and came when I was 4 or I was 5, and so I can remember a little bit about America, stuff like that. That's what I really want for my grandchildren. See what I got here, Robert. So glad to see you there. I want to leave so bad, but I got to plan my way out. Plan your way out. Do it. I was in the same situation. I had to, man, I was over here, and I used to, Sister Wanda, I used to watch you and be like, oh, and I wish I was over there. Okay, I've been through it many times. I used to be like, oh, but I was working and stuff, trying to finish out my my work before I did the retirement, the last one I did. And not only that, my place wasn't ready. So I was trying to wait. And then when I finally did come, they said that it was going to be ready. And I came and I found out just while I was on my way, or I had already bought my ticket. They said, oh yeah, we're going to turn your place over to you, one of them. And I bought my ticket. Oh, good, for the date. And then after I bought my ticket, somebody said, I don't think it's going to be ready. So I came anyway, and I rented. I had to rent for 3 months, but it got ready a month and a half after I got here. But I had already rented this place for 3 months. So I spent about 17. What did I spend? I spent like $1,700 renting this place, and my place got ready a month and a half. I rented for 3 months. It was 500. It was a 1-bedroom in Fumba Town. It was really nice though, really nice place. See all over into the ocean. It was you can look back at my videos and see it. It's a 1-bedroom, and she charged me like $530 or something like that a month. $530 a month, and then they charged me that, and then the internet. That's how I ended up coming up to only like 17 or 16, because I think the internet was like expensive. It was like $60 a month or something like that. $70. I can't remember. It was something like that. Let me see. Read a comment real quick. I haven't even thought about, see, Black Man Meets the World. I haven't even thought about the tax implications till now. Damn, you're right about that. Yeah. So the sister Wanda could tell you, sister from Diaspora Connect, she know more than me about this thing, because she got business and everything. Right. Hold on for a second, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Put your questions up there if you have some right now. I gotta do something real quick. Hold on. Okay, family. I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm back, family. I'm sorry. I'm back. Okay, so we'll see what I got here. Ali, Bamau, even Tanzania citizens, man, even Tanzania citizens, they cannot have dual citizens by law. You have to choose one, so it's better to have a residence for now. Who knows? Maybe in the future, law will change. Here it is, right here. Ali of Tanzania gave us some information on the citizenship with even with them. They can't have dual. So let's just say if they wanted to get citizenship in another like Ghana or somewhere, the Tanzania like, no, you're not doing it. My sister asked for connect. Ali Fahamu, facts. Yes, she said facts, yeah. Broderick, Zanzibar has that beautiful water. I love to enjoy the sunset while kicking back, taking it all in. Let me tell y'all something. My goodness, that water in Zanzibar, and look, it's different parts of Zanzibar that it gets even better. Okay. They listen, I'm over here in Paje. The water is beautiful. The sand is almost like a cream white. The water is like got like a it's like a turquoise and all that stuff. It is absolutely beautiful. But you can go, it's another part of Zanzibar. I think it's up going north. And I think my brother here, let's see, brother Alley. What's the name of the other spot, the most beautiful beaches? I know Noongwi is one that's absolutely beautiful, but it's another one. Somebody beach this because beaches all over Zanzibar. Somebody else told me they showed it to me. The sand, I have not been there. The sand from the water goes about a football field, seemed like, from the water. The sand goes back like a football field from the water. And this is white sand. And that water, I mean, it is blue, blue, blue. It is beautiful. I just saw it and I'm like, I gotta go there. Zanzibar is I'm talking about the beaches, even the land, the trees. Tanzania is beautiful, period. Even the mainland. Listen, I was riding, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was riding the other day, well, last week. It was raining or something on the week before last. It had rained, but it was like misty all day, and it was like a cloudy day almost, but it was misty. And I was riding from one part of Zanzibar to the other, and it's like an hour from Fuma Town to get up here in Paje where I stay. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive, hour and 20-minute drive. So I'm driving. It's a mist in the air, right? But it's like, oh, it feels so good. It just was like coming down. It wasn't even raining. It was just like a wetness, a dampness, a mist, and it was like a coolness. I was riding through all these places, through the big, beautiful tree covers, and it was just like, and they had like something be burning. Sister probably can tell you. I don't know what was burning, but it's like a wood smell. They was just burning, and it was just smelling. The aroma of it was just so. It just was like, how could I put it? It was just mesmerizing. It was just the smell of whatever. It was throughout the whole island. Everywhere I drove, I could smell it like in the wetness of it. It was like a burning of a wood, but yet it was wet. You could just smell it everywhere. The aroma, it just was like, it was healing to me. And I was riding home and I just had the window down and I was just taking my time. I could have drove forever. I was just smelling it and it was just feeling the softness of the air, the mist. It was something I never felt before, and I didn't feel it ever in the U.S. And I was just praising y'all as I was riding on. I said, "This feels so good. It was so beautiful. It smells so good." And that right there, that experience right there, is be one I'll never forget. I was by myself too, and I was just enjoying it. That ride could have lasted for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. I didn't care. That's just how good it felt. I didn't even want it to end. Yeah. So Black man means that says spiritual goodness. Yes, sir. Soulful black man. meets what's soulful. Roderick, I bet that fruit and vegetables are so much better. No GMOs, everything natural. Wow, yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I had when I came last year, 2024, me and Go Black was together. We stopped at this couple. They owned a hotel. So Go Black knew 'em. We stopped at their place, and they had some fresh squares mango, and it was chill cold. I had never tasted any fruit that was so refreshing. I mean, and I didn't know the people, so they just gave me one glass. And I didn't want to be like, he didn't brought me over here, first and foremost. He came over, he knew him, and then he brought me without calling. And so I was like, I just wanted to, have some consideration. They gave me a glass of it, but I really wanted another glass. I didn't say nothing. I'll never forget it because that's the type of person I am. But because I was like, this tastes so good. It is so refreshing that I want another glass. But I held out. I was like, that's just not right. I'm tagging along with him, and them people who don't know me, he when he came over, he didn't tell them he was bringing me. So I just didn't want to seem like a greedy person. It's like, man, then we gave him one glass, and he a stranger. He come up here and one more. That's how I am, but man, I never forget. It was so good. It was so good. So, Roderick, okay, yeah. So yeah, the fruit is good, bro. And know what I do? I like to get watermelon and bananas. This is what I love. Every time I buy watermelons, I ain't got to worry about the seedless. I don't eat nothing that's seedless. I get that watermelon and I get the bananas. I like to get the miniature bananas. The miniature bananas, I can get a bunch of them like that. And then I just pull them because you ain't got to cut them. You just pull it up and I throw them in with my watermelon, man. You talking about something delicious. I chill it in the refrigerator. Game over. Game over. Yeah, the fruit is like that. The fruit is good. The vegetables too. You can see the vegetables we look. The tomatoes, I be killing them. The green peppers, I just cut them green peppers up and then I take some vinegar and I got some mayonnaise and I whip that up, the vinegar and mayonnaise, and I cut them tomatoes and I cut them green peppers and some onions and some carrots. And I be dipping it in there, just eating it. Be just good, man. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, indeed. Like when Miss World said yes, the little bananas be fire plantanos. That's true. Them little jokers be good.